Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to my channel to look at my predictions for the coming time. This one being for April and May 2019. In fact, it's actually April 11th, 2019 all the way through May 31st. It's a little later than my usual videos. That's kind of because I think that the majority of the action is actually going to happen from April 11th onwards. Those could be really active times. We might actually be entering a very active time period again, especially on the heels of such an active March that we saw. We had a bit of a downturn like in the beginning of April. It hasn't been that busy around the world, but things might be about to change. We might actually be about to see more than one thing, perhaps per scenario, per date period. We could be talking severe weather, tornadoes for sure. Maybe the worst tornado season we've seen in quite some time. Probably since 2013 or even 2011. Especially in North America. We could also be looking at cyclones overseas in the South Pacific. Even the Indian Ocean. And earthquakes as well. Big earthquakes might be a big threat again in the near future. So, most of my past videos I probably have only hinted at how I make my predictions, how I come up with the dates. For this one, I thought I'd throw in a particular treat for you guys, something different. So I actually recorded myself doing a search online through one of the most important sources that I use for finding out what the dates are looking like, and that's actually Chinese astrology. And there's a really good website that I use, that anyone could use really, where you can go read up about this stuff. And I'm about to show you how I do it. So here it goes. Let's see if this helps out, when it comes to showing what I search for and how I determine things using Chinese astrology. So here goes. Okay, so this is actually my Google page on my computer, and I'm about to put Chinese fortune calendar. This is the first result that we will see. Chinese fortune calendar, the main page, and then all these sub pages. So just to identify the site for you, I'm going to click on the main page, and this is how it looks like. So you actually see a nice little piggy there. That's because we're actually in the Chinese year of the pig. The brown pig, according to the astrology, meaning the earth pig, according to this website. And there's just a plethora, wealth of information about Chinese astrology, including this year's and other years, and there's just a lot of different things you can read about here. Of course, this kind of astrology and this kind of website is mostly geared towards personal fortune, love compatibility, and that kind of thing, predicting things related to the human nature and your friends and family and love. But there's more to this. The same principles can also be used to look up other things. And now this is why I go back to my original search, and I want to show you this one here. This is actually the sub-page that interests me the most. It's called Mastered Sai Chinese Astrology. I'm going to click on that, and here is another page where you can actually scroll down and find a calculator, a calendar calculator, where I'm literally going to actually grab this camera real quick and show you guys. I'm going to click on 2019 and I'm going to change the date. Let's say I want to go to May 17th. There we go. Submit. And this is what comes up. That, my friends, is the chart that shows the hour, day, month, and year, animal signs, and elements for this particular date. The three right here, day, month, and year, are the main ones that I watch. This just tells us on that date in this world, the day sign character is wood, tiger, month is earth, snake, year is earth, pig. Those are three different animal sign elements that are combined on that particular date. If I go to another date, you will see that this changes. let's go back a whole month. April 17th. This is now for April. You will notice the day character and the month have changed. There's now a wood monkey where there was a tiger of wood, and then now there's a dragon instead of a snake. It's the way that the day, month, and year, animal, and signs and elements combine and get along that determines whether the day will be passive, normal, or even dangerous. As you might imagine, a combination that is not good, in other words, one where the animal, signs, and elements are against each other, they conflict, will be the dangerous date. And that is true. This date is about average. If you really read about Chinese astrology, you can tell which days are bad. The one I showed before was much more dangerous than this one. This one still has some risk because the wood element does not really combine well with earth element, because in this Chinese astrology, wood and earth are in a destructive cycle. Wood destroys earth, therefore it's not compatible. But monkey and dragon, however, are very compatible, so it cancels out the negative effects of the elements. So I would say this date is more on the neutral side of things. But, there's also numerology that I'm not showing here that's at play. But this is part of what I look at. So if we go back to May the 17th, we have the tiger and the snake. These animal signs do not get along at all in the Chinese zodiac. Neither the snake and pig. And we have the same elements, wood and earth. This date is far more dangerous according to Chinese astrology. Now if you guys want to look at a really dangerous date, let's go to May 26th. It's actually one of the peak risk dates next month. Water Pig Day, Earth Snake month. These two animal signs are completely at odds. They're against each other. Water and earth, also not a good combination. And there's another pig here. So the snake is versus two of its opponent signs with bad elements. This date is about as risky as it gets in Chinese astrology. So there you go, my friends. This is what I like to look up when it comes to Chinese astrology. Just remember, you can read a lot about it before you even decide to play around with a calculator of the dates. If you're really interested into the other side of astrology, which is, love, match, and compatibility and personal fortune, I would strongly suggest read the other stuff too. Alright, cool. So that was my online search showing the Chinese astrology. So Chinese Fortune Calendar, that's the website to use. Very good, very resourceful website where it has a lot of information. You could literally spend the entire year reading up about Chinese astrology on there. There's just so much to learn. But in general, that's how I can see what dates are looking bad and what dates are looking not bad or even good. It all has to do with how the animal, sign, and elements of the day, month, and year get along. So I couple that with numerology, which I will show you at some later point. And you combine the two, and that's how you can tell, oh, these dates are the ones to watch. Run that along actual meteorology and geology, things like climatology and current weather patterns, and we can pinpoint what can happen as well. There's just a lot out there that we can learn, more than conventional science teaches us nowadays. And I think that can help in the future somehow have better predictions in the long range. But yes, my friends, without further ado, here is my April 11th through May 31st natural disaster predictions for this year. And here they go. was April and May 2019, April 11th onwards for you. I hope you find the predictions useful. I hope you like them, and let's see what Mother Nature decides to bring our way. If you live in any world area that experiences tornadoes frequently, and your area becomes a warned area by actual news media on the day of a potential tornado outbreak, and it lines up with one of these dates, please put an extra eye on the situation and take things even more seriously if your area becomes threatened by severe weather. Tornadoes are no joke. They can be extremely destructive. Keep an eye on the weather, folks. And also, if you live in earthquake areas, also keep an eye out on any possible foreshock activity, especially if another, earthquake strikes right before a big one might happen. Hopefully, things won't be so bad, but just in case, it's always better to be prepared than not to be prepared. I don't want to be scaring people. The predictions might sound pretty scary, but in reality, it's better to be prepared than to actually be scared and not prepared and then something happens. I don't aim to cause fear. I like helping people be prepared. Think of it as a kind of map in the wilderness that can kind of guide you where to avoid certain things. In this case, I'm trying to show you guys what dates of the month could be more dangerous for certain events. I don't think my predictions are 100% accurate, but I think they're okay. Okay enough for me to actually post them on this channel and YouTube and stuff. So, thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a good rest of your springtime, April and May. Happy Easter in advance. And I'll see you guys again for June and July. Ta-da! Hasta la vista.